Welcome NEMLA and friends of NEMLA as we've expanded our reach. My name is Funke Donovan. I'm the chair of NEMLA and also the associate archivist for digital assets at the Boston Symphony Orchestra. And though I wish I were welcoming you to beautiful Symphony Hall, I'm still very pleased that the program committee and our presenters were able to adapt so quickly to the changing world, and we've been able to forge onwards to deliver some excellent content today. And I've also noticed that we have attendees from across the country, including Canada. Hello, Montreal. So I guess there's a silver lining to this platform after all. So we're just very grateful also to Marcy Cohen and Boston University for letting us use their Zoom platform and providing their technical assistance today. And on that note, there's a couple of housekeeping items to go over. Please keep your microphones off, except for the open discussion portions of the meeting. These would include the lunch break, the COVID-19 discussion, and the closing reception. Also, if you have technical difficulties, please use the chat feature to message the host in particular, not everyone. And to open chat, click the speech bubble icon near the bottom of your Zoom window. And if you're having trouble connecting, you can also dial in with your phone. The phone number is in the Zoom invitation that you received after registering for the meeting. Also, if you have questions for the presenters, send those through chat as well. That way we can manage all of the, we won't have a bunch of people speaking at once. They'll just go through chat to the host, and the host will pass those along to the presenter. And finally, if you're from the New England area and this is your very first NEMLA meeting, please send a chat. Normally we would make you stand and we would all clap for you and greet you, but since this platform doesn't really support that, please send us a chat instead. We'd love to say hi. Let's see. Oh, and finally, I'd like to introduce our special guest, Tony Fogg, to deliver a few words of welcome to you all today. Anthony Fogg is the BSO's William I. Bernell Artistic Administrator and the Director of Tanglewood. Tony is the member of BSO Senior Management who oversees the archives. Tony Fogg has been Artistic Administrator of the Boston Symphony Orchestra since 1994. And he assists the music director in the planning and selection of all BSO concerts and repertoire. He hails from Australia and is a pianist by training. Please please join me in welcoming Tony Fogg.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Sarah. And it's very nice to meet all of you. The phenomena of Zoom has given us the chance to have a little insight into other parts of the lives of many of our colleagues. I'm seeing kitchens and dining rooms and bathrooms and closets and basements of a lot of people I've worked with at Symphony Hall for many years. So here I am doing just the same with a very terrific group of people who I'm meeting mostly for the first time. So I think I feel I'm lucky just to get this special insight into your own lives. Some months ago, Bridget asked me whether I would be happy to come and say a few words at the beginning of your meeting. And I was looking forward to doing that in the chorus room at Symphony Hall, which is just a short walk to our archives. But here we are in different times and in different places. But I think the same spirit of being gathered together with the sense of unified purpose remains just as strong. As Sarah mentioned, I'm from Australia originally. I grew up in a very small country town in Australia. I was not much of a sportsman or one for the great outdoors, but the local library was like Mecca for me. And what it represented was not only a place of calm, but a place of safety, where there was a sense of order and propriety. And it seems that these are qualities which more than ever are ones which we need in our society these days. I remember the smell of the local library. It was very much, I think, probably think back, it was the wax that they used to polish the vinyl floors every day. And I can still see the face of a very friendly librarian who always knew what I was interested in and would give me tips about what had come in the last week. But they're very strong memories. Of course, advances in technology have expanded what that space occupies nowadays, but those qualities remain absolutely at essence in what we in a civilized world think of as the great value of libraries in our society. You're all music librarians, I gather, and you represent different disciplines of music, whether it be performance or research. So your cohorts and your clients are performing musicians and scholars. And whatever our dimension of musical engagement might be, and whatever our field of musical endeavor is, I think we are all committed to this great intellectual and artistic achievement because we at heart realize what the great qualities of music are. It's perhaps the greatest civilizing and humanizing of all of the art forms. The actual performance of music is one of the great acts of communal activity. It happens in real time. We're all gathered with a great sense of purpose and focus. And at the moment, that's certainly the thing that I'm missing more than anything else. I've moved out to my house in Stockbridge, so I heard someone is up in Williamstown, so maybe we should meet somewhere, along Route 7. I'm lucky to be here in nature, but I wish more than anything I'd be there sitting, listening, about to go into a rehearsal of the BSO for their program tonight. So with those thoughts, I first of all thank you for giving me the honor of speaking to you. I hope that your deliberations today are fruitful. I looked at the agenda and certainly there's a very wide range of topics that are being and subjects that are being addressed by you, and surely either in the very near future or as we come out of this current unexpected phase of our life, we'll all benefit from your great work and your great findings. As Sarah also mentioned, I've had the great pleasure of being the senior manager responsible for the archives, and it's been one of the great joys and treats of my professional life to have that association. And I know that Bridget and Sarah later in the day are going to give you a virtual guided tour of the archives. The archives, like my library back in Australia, has a very special smell about it. Bridget can perhaps describe that as being the aroma of 2-inch digital tapes, 2-inch audio tapes decaying. I don't know the technical aspects of that. She'll be a little bit more insightful, but I know you're in for a treat later in the day, and I only wish I were there to join you as well. So have a great conference and all the very best. And again, thank you for inviting me, and great pleasure to meet you.